Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Christine Brown is not someone Kody Brown wants to stay in his life. The Sister Wives patriarch and his ex-wife ended their 25-year relationship more than 3 years ago, and he doubts that they will still be close. There's a different level of animosity for some reason. Kody said presenter Sukanya Krishnan in the last segment of the 4-part tell-all airing on June 15th on the TLC series. I don't see the point of ever having a relationship. He mentioned that Robin Brown, his monogamous partner after divorcing from ex-partners Christine, Mary Brown, and Janelle Brown, had made an effort to patch up their tense relationship. Robin keeps reminding me, you have kids together, you're going to be connected forever. Kody, who is the father of Christine's children, Aspen, 30, Michael T, 29, Peyton, 26, Gwendolyn, 23, Isabel, 22, and Truly, 14, recalled. I'm like, God help us. He also thinks that David Woolley, Christine's husband from 2023, wouldn't be too interested in continuing their relationship. According to Kody, I don't think David would be wise to ever advocate that Christine and I sit down. I don't think they will. As his marriage to Christine came to an end, Kody thought she was done with him. She told me that she had no respect for me, the 56-year-old individual informed Sukanya. I was like, well, make it about me all you want, but we're the same thing to each other. I get defensive, and I really counterpunch a lot. The truth is, he claimed, he had not started out being mean to any of them. He remarked, when they left, they got mean, referring to his former spouses. I was counterpunching, I felt like. In the end, like move on and be happy. Intimacy in her marriage to Kody seemed to Christine, 53, like just an act, with no real emotion behind it or anything. It wasn't a real true intimacy, she stated on the episode that aired on June 8th. That wasn't taking care of me emotionally, romantically, physically, financially, nothing. I was independent at that point. Compared to her first marriage, her relationship with David is very different. In February 2023, she posted on Instagram, saying, I finally found the love of my life, David. The first time he held me close, it felt like my soul took its first breath, she said. He's wonderful and kind, incredible with my children, and an adorable grandpa. I never dreamed I could find a love like this. According to Mary Brown, Kody Brown gave her hope for their union. Shortly after their 1990 vows, Kody Brown declared he was prepared to separate from his first wife, Mary Brown. However, Mary said in the September 15th premiere that he led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, Oh Mary, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us, alluding to their 2018 relocation. Like he led me to believe those things. This is what he's done for many, many years. Her primary complaint, she stated, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want and the story that he's been telling for all these years. Also, Kody admitted that there might have been mixed messages, but only because he added, I'm like, why would I do this? When he began to work on things. I would not court and date her now. In any case, when Mary finally pulled the plug in early 2023, her pals were ecstatic. They're like, okay, we're here for you, we're supporting you. And it's about damn time, she admitted. Because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away, she says, implying that he had been trying to get her to leave him for years by claiming he didn't love her. Coyote Pass was something Kody Brown wanted to sell. In the season premiere, Kody said that he was prepared to let the idea die, years after the family had bought the 14-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, on which they intended to build. Unable to construct without paying the entire $820,000 price tag, which the family allegedly did in 2023, he said to Robin Brown, his surviving wife, I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it, and then just start again somewhere else. I can't talk about that, she said in reference to Robin. That is so not where I'm at. This is the reason Janelle Brown left Kody Brown. Janelle Brown, the second wife, had previously informed E! News, we just kind of started to grow apart. But in the end, she left because of Cody's shortcomings as a parent to several of their children. The mom told Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown, "The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children, and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here." Janelle refused to entertain the possibility of reconciliation, even when Cody brought it up in the November 3rd episode. "I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids," she stated. "No, I'm going to always choose my kids." Cody Brown believes that his own family has excommunicated him. That was Cody's justification for not trying harder to patch up the problems he was having with some of his grown children. "I don't fit in the family anymore," he complained in the episode that aired on September 15th. Dayton Brown, Aurora Brown, Brianna Brown, Solomon Brown, and Ariella Brown are the 5 children he and Robin are raising together. He added, "And then I have some relationship with some of the other kids, and it's infrequent. And so I'm like, what do I do with all of this? It doesn't feel like a family." The marriage between Robin Brown and Cody Brown was in shaky shape. "We're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage," Robin admitted in the season 19 premiere, even though they were being totally monogamous for the first time in their 14-year marriage. "It's been tough between us. He doesn't know who to blame, himself or one of the other wives. Cody's feeling a lot of rejection, and so I think he's kind of looking at me going, are you going to reject me too?" "The worst thing," she summarized, "was that there's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces. As a result," she disclosed, "I'm on my toes. I'm having to consistently make sure that he is not sabotaging our relationship." As Cody shared, "I can't look myself in the mirror and say, hey dude, I love you." Cody was experiencing a crisis of confidence. Seeing her former sister wives enjoy their new era was difficult for Robin. "They're all moving on," she said on the episode that aired on October 27th. "I feel like the idiot that got left behind." Madison Brush doesn't talk to her father. To the list of children Cody isn't currently seeing, add Madison, Janelle's oldest daughter. During the premiere, Janelle clarified, "I am aware that Maddie has not spoken to her father. She's not called him, and she doesn't have any relationship with Robin. She's pretty much written them both off." Cody's shaky relationship with Maddie's children, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, is the problem, according to Janelle. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. Because of this, Janelle revealed on the September 22nd episode that when the family started to really dissolve, Cody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Brush, whose sister was married to Cody's brother. "Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme," Janelle continued, "since Cody has not been calling or coming to see. She has felt like until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic that she feels like it's probably better if they don't know about him." Robin added that she has been pushing Cody to make amends, but she also stated, "I think the kids should be doing the same thing, too." Cody, however, seems unprepared to mend the split for the time being, complaining that each time he spoke to his daughter, it was a fish for gossip, and I got tired of it. At one point, Cody Brown declared that he had never loved Mary Brown. Love should be multiplied rather than diminished. However, Cody acknowledged that he did just that when he said in the past that he had never loved his ex-wives. He insisted that he was reeling from them trashing him, saying, "It's more of like a knee-jerk reaction." During the June 15th one-on-one program, "I was deep in the throes of reactionary vitriol for the past 3 years. He claimed that this is why, during their anniversary celebration, he hinted to Mary that he had never really loved her. In a September 2024 episode, Mary told a friend about the conversation and that she was certain he loved her. In a confessional, Leon Brown's mother asked why he ever proposed if he didn't. When a single young man meets a single young woman, why would he choose to marry her and just affirm and force love for her when he didn't love her? She pondered. How cruel is that? To pick me out of a crowd and just be like, I pick you to try to force myself to love for the next 32 years? In his own confessional, Cody responded, "Oh, Mary has her little accusations now. He would, however, admit that they never relished their honeymoon. This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage, he demanded during the episode that occurred on October 20th. And how would I know that? Because I had such a better relationship with Janelle, with Christine, with Robin. Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives, he wrote, but he stayed out of fear. Janelle Brown threatened Kody Brown with legal action. Janelle stated that the first step was to pay off the Arizona property, but she wasn't sure if she wanted to construct on Coyote Pass or just sell it. I think I'm going to have to lawyer up, she admitted to her ex-sister wife Christine Brown in the September 22nd episode, as Kody was not willing to discuss the matter with her. Because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him. In addition, Janelle admitted that, in the absence of a valid marriage to Kody, I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Kody's property. In her own words, it's not like I'm just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person. No, it's really complicated because there's no legal marriage. It is alleged that Kody Brown gave his other wives access to private information. Kody claims that he no longer trusted Janelle, which is why he didn't discuss their Arizona property with her. We will pay off the property when the time comes, he maintained during a confessional in the September 22nd episode, adding, and I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever, because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family. In her own interview, Janelle described it as a bit of a pot calling the kettle black. Her words, he leaks like a sieve. He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that. Robin Brown's house was paid for with family funds. The family used to put all of their money into one pot back when their love was still growing rather than shrinking. Janelle said on the September 22nd episode, we would use all the resources to help one person, then we would all rally to support the other person. That's how it always worked until the last 10 years or so. And all of a sudden it's been about my estate, and everyone needs their own estate. They all helped to purchase Robin's $1.65 million 5-bedroom house in Arizona when she needed a place to live. It was put up for sale this past August. According to Robin, the goal was for it to benefit the family. However, Janelle was rejected when she proposed that they all sign the mortgage. Kody was like, no, we need to protect Robin's estate, Janelle recalled. Janelle went on to say that she would like her share of the Coyote Pass earnings now that she is leaving the family, and I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robin's house. However, it can be difficult to sell. We were working together for so long, Robin said. Robin continued, it's like, how do you calculate? How do you figure that out? It's so confusing. After Janelle claimed she owed them money, Janelle Brown questioned Kody Brown's financial management. Janelle expressed her frustration about the family's failure to pay off Coyote Pass, claiming that Kody had all these other debts. Despite this, she has seen him acquire other possessions, such as trailers and home furnishings. She remarked, I see all the art on their walls, referring to Robin and Kody's residence. Kody claimed that a large portion of his money was used to purchase cars, basically had a fleet, and insurance for the children. I see all these things. And that's fine, I have money and I've spent it on things too. I used to always be surprised at how nice her backyard was. It was completely finished. And there was always, stuff at her house. And I was like, wow. Huh. Janelle added, even though she admitted she had no idea how Kody and Robin managed their finances. Ultimately, she stated, he doesn't prioritize what I need or what I want. Eventually, that problem weakened her. I think after a while, I began to see it and my kids were getting very angry about it, like my adult children. Like, what the hell, Mom? In Robin's opinion, though, she was extremely frugal after her first marriage failed. During the September 22nd episode, she revealed, I used to be not so great with money. When I was young, I had hard knocks. And then I learned during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well. Regarding her fellow sister wives, she stated, you just must have had a different priority of where your money was going to go than I did. That's all. Christine and Janelle Brown Woolley consider their children to be the center of the family. There's no contact, really, with Mary or Robin or Kody, Janelle admitted in the September 22nd episode as she and Christine, the mother of Aspen Brown, Michael T. Brown Padron, Paydon Brown, Gwendolyn Brown, Isabel Brown, and Truly Brown, gathered with their broods. I don't think that will change all that much. Cody Brown believes that his relationship with the children was harmed by his wife's departure. During their time in Las Vegas, Cody referred to their arrangement of 4 houses on a single cul-de-sac as the best time of my life, saying, everything was going well and Maddie and Caleb were around, and it was great having them around. I also adored Caleb. He was undoubtedly like family. However, things started to fall apart in Arizona as they argued over safeguards against the coronavirus, and he said that his marriages broke down, followed by his relationships with the children. It just made all those relationships go sour. However, Christine maintained that there were problems long before she made her departure known in late 2021. During the September 22nd show, she stated, my leaving didn't change his kids' relationship with him. All the kids that were frustrated way before I left. Cody still has time to mend his relationship with his kids. However, it will undoubtedly require some effort. The problem is that I'm not willing to accept responsibility for things that my wife or ex-wife is sitting there telling them I did. I'm so angry about how I've been treated that I haven't gotten past that, Cody stated. I'm hoping that the disdain will eventually fade. We'll be able to rediscover love and forgiveness. Mary Brown and Cody Brown's marriage was deemed miserable by Cody Brown. When he and Mary were legally married at the ages of 19 and 21, respectively, Cody disclosed that they didn't really know one another. They eventually filed for divorce in 2014 so Cody could legally adopt Robin's 3 oldest children from her first marriage. She was really different when we got married, and I believe that Mary had some baggage that I was unaware of, Cody said. He said that everything was a fight and stated, I can't live in a world where she is constantly angry at me. At first, I felt like I could live with it. But he couldn't get out. A man with several marriages, said Cody, if he wants to stay faithful and in the faith, he cannot request a divorce. It's not allowed. So, I was not able to get out of that relationship. At the same time, I didn't necessarily want out of the relationship. I wanted to know if we could save and fix it. He acknowledged that the confusing messages were caused by Mary's belief that everything would be resolved. However, Cody went on to say, I'm trying to be curious with her, and I'm bored. She wasn't nice, she wasn't fun, she wasn't kind, and she wasn't interesting. He acknowledged that he could understand Mary's feelings of abandonment, saying, but I didn't kick me out. Christine, Janelle, and Mary all chose to have me leave the home. Mary Brown's desire for a spiritual divorce was not shared by Cody Brown. Mary requested an official separation, known as a release, from their church in late 2022, even though Janelle and Christine believed they didn't need to divorce Cody because their marriage was never lawful. She clarified in the September 22nd episode that it was through our church when each of us 4 ladies married Cody. Obviously, we can't all be legally married, but it was what we called a covenant. So, I feel like it's best to terminate that because we're not moving forward with any marriage and I don't want to be, sealed to him for eternity if he doesn't want me. And I'm at a place that, let's just separate this completely. She went on to say that Cody was opposed to the notion because he did not want to acknowledge the authority of the church authorities. The damage was done so badly that we're not going to reconcile no matter what, Cody said in reference to his position. And so, however, we are made accountable to God. I don't want to be accountable to this church and all their BS. So I'm going to let Mary go and do her thing because if I'm angry at her, it becomes a fight. And I needed her just to go away because it just took forever for her to finally realize it's been done and over for years. Many of Cody Brown's children don't communicate with one another. For the 18 Brown children, a text message debate about a 2021 holiday gift exchange took an especially nasty turn. It all went bad, it all went south, Christine explained. Cody and Robin and their kids were on one side, and they wanted nothing to do with Janelle, me, our kids. And there was a split that happened after this text thread. According to Robin, her 3 older children felt that the conversation was emotionally unsafe and advised them to distance themselves from the relationship. But it was never anything about We don't want to see you again. We don't want anything to do with you, she maintained. It was just about like, hey, this got yucky. Gabriel, for his part, hopes they can track each other down again. In the episode that aired on October 13th, he admitted, "The thing I want most is to just have a relationship with Robin's children again." In middle school, Aurora was my favorite person to hang out with. And in high school, I would always try to hit Dayton up. But I'm not hopeful for a relationship with Dad and Robin.